Salvage truck has never been decorated for Christmas before, so not quite sure what Tim might say about this.
I think it's marvellous, and everyone should have a Christmas tree in their garage or shed. Lovely. Christmas! Oh no, we've had Christmas.
Oh, we've had Christmas.
Happy!
Okay.
Happy New Year! We hope you had a lovely Christmas. Obviously it's New Year's Eve right this moment. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! This is only our 10th take and we're warming up.
Freezing, isn't it?
Oh, it is, it's freezing.
We're just getting ready. Look at us, dressed up, ready to go out. Where are we going? Partying tonight. Nowhere. That's where we're going. We're going here. We're staying here.
We brought the party to the workshop. So.
Yeah. We hope you all had a lovely Christmas and did the best of it you could. It's been a rubbish year for a lot of people, us included, but not as much as some other people's rubbishy years. And we're kind of like hoping that we all have a better time next year. But we very much hope you enjoy this little film that we've been putting together for the last couple of weeks now.
This week's video is all about a massive workbench. It's all about a crime of fashion and a little bit of drama with a little bit of flooding because, you know, it's rained a lot the last couple of weeks. So it's got it all in there for you. So we hope it entertains you on this New Year's Eve before you start watching the Hootenanny or whatever the heck is on this year, because it probably isn't even on.
We have also added a little drinking game in this one for you. Every time we mention anything to do with electricity, it's your cue to take another little slurp. Slurp? Slurp.
And if you don't drink alcohol, by all means, have a mince pie or a fruit jelly or whatever you fancy, but enjoy.
We have some scaffold planks because we need a workbench. Got a little bench down here and maybe a little island table here because in a workshop you need to be able to do some work and you need a bench. I think we've got enough for everything we need, maybe even a few left over for some shelves and things like that. So let's get building. So finding all the scraps of wood I could find, dismantled the van, took all the bits of wood, cleaning up the scaffold planks, and I'm going to make myself one massive bench and then another one along here. It was supposed to start off quite small really, just going to be like 3 planks wide, maybe 4, maybe about 6 foot long. As soon as I started laying them down, I'm like, I want it bigger, I want it bigger. Until this point now, it's, well, 4.5 foot, 5 foot wide, and it's going to be 11 foot long, which is a pretty sturdy bench. It's all made out of bits and pieces we found. The legs! Chunky little fellas. Thanks to Phil for these. Thanks for the scaffolding man. I'm sure, I don't know his name, but thanks for the planks. And then these little bits here. These are old bits of pallet which were reused, and I actually had to take them out of the van. They were a temporary bed. Temporary, they've been in there over a year, but hopefully now these are going to make some of the crossbars for said bench. And so far it's cost us, well, it will have cost a couple of quid because I had to buy some screws. So I'm trying to keep the prices down. Might make my own wood stain for it. Vinegar and wire wool mix. Who knows?
come out of break of night, and the pink skies waving goodbye. She come out of break of night, leaving no traces around. She's trying to free a reckless heart.
I think I forgot to mention earlier, one of the other things as well we haven't got at the moment still is electricity, which is making stuff a little bit slow. Even a couple of things that are battery powered we still have to take back to charge up, and torches and everything. So yeah, it's making this challenging to, and I'm having to sort of try and find and dig out some hand tools, but it's hard. It means a lot of extra work, and yeah, definitely making it slower. Oh, there's got to be an easier way.
Yeah, she's trying to avoid everyone. Even the battle for peace. The Queen of Ireland, Friday morning. The Queen of Ireland, Friday morning.
You're gonna clash with the truck. Come out here. Come out here. Look at that. No, man. Whoa. There's a helicopter. Can you see him? Alright, that's looking for escaped convicts, that is. You got. She's over here. You can't sneak off in something that bright, that loud. You can hear you coming.
I'm watching you.
I can't miss you, you orange overalls. Right, one of the planks, what they're about 9 inches wide, we've cut down into 3 bits, so that's roughly 3 inches. And they're going to make the long bits for the bench. And that leaves over the 6-inch bit off the second plank. So now we've got 4 of these to make the long bits for the bench, and one leftover bit will go into the. There should be a nice gap here, ready for that one. Yes! Look at that, it's already got paint on it and everything. It looks like it's been there for ages.
So you've got one massive freestanding movable bench.
Well,
to be.
Yeah, well, we thought we might put casters on it at some point, but they're quite pricey for and they've got 8 legs on it, so I suppose you'd need 8 casters. And also with the table on casters, is you really, because we've got these massive chunky legs, they want to be on the floor, not sitting on casters. So if we have a movable table, we need to allow it to sort of the casters to almost retract back into it to actually base it on its feet, on its legs, rather than sitting on wheels, because then the stability of it's not as good. But depends on what the bench gets used for, really. At the moment we're just going to put it in place, see what it looks like, and then work that one out later if we have to. So yeah, that's a movable bench, and then this one is just going to be, well, I'm going to put the vice on it and the bench grinders and all the tools like pillar drills and all those tools that I don't actually have. They're all going to go on here. The sink's going to sit right on the end. This knackered bit of plank here, which I couldn't use anywhere else because it's got a bit of rot in it, fits nicely over where the old. We're just going to use a white old butler sink, and we've got a stream running underneath. And we're only going to be putting clean water in it anyway, so we're just going to let it go into the runoff, whatever it is. It's not a stream, it's a drain. It's an open drain. Not a sewers.
Not yet.
Yeah. I'm just going to go upstream of it and
It'll be fine.
leave some deposits in it and yes. I feel like I've been doing this for days. Oh, because I have been doing it for days. I could do it so much quicker with, you know.
Electricity.
Yeah, well, like you cut that on the saw, and then you get like a what do you call it? Saw, and you go, and it's done. But no, old school. So, got a couple of dilemmas with it. Like, I levelled it out. So we kind of like assembled it all together, stuck it on the floor, and we know that the floor slopes over. So we came up with a plastic tube filled with water, little gap at the end. So I found the highest point on the bench, grabbed him on there, and was able to go around, see where the bubble was on that one and measure it off. And I put a measurement on all of these, so this had to go up, because this is the highest one, so this one had to go up 2.5 inches, 4.5 inches, 7 inches, 7 centimetres, sorry, 4.5 centimetres, 7, all the way over to 10 centimetres over here. So as you can, I don't know if you can see, but there's chunks of wood. I was able to like get the right size chunk, put it underneath it, and then immediately this is perfectly level. It also meant I was anticipating it a little bit, so I made it a little bit on the lower side. I wasn't really anticipating, what's that, 4 inches. So once the top's on it, it's actually really high over here. So I got a choice, either I cut down this corner leg, take 1 inch off that, lower all these blocks 1 inch, and the whole bench goes down 1. Or I cut off 2 off that one off that one, and 1 off that one, and then the whole lot will go down 2 inches, which would be great. Or I just take all the blocks out and have the whole bench at an angle. So it's the same height as you walk around, all the way around the bench. But if you put anything on it, it will roll off to the corner. That's my dilemma at the moment. What to do? I'm not very good with decisions. So it was never designed to be super pretty, but we have put joints in the corners, and as you can see, it's got some screws, no glue at the moment, and it is pretty stable. I'd say that's pretty firm for a bench. So yeah, it's all good. These planks need to work out because they're a couple of them are a bit manky on the ends. So I guess I need to work out how much to cut off, and then fortunately the bench is a lot longer than the planks. I want to keep it as long as I can, but it means at least I get to cut off the bad stuff on the end of a few of them. And then we're going to have an overhang on that end so we can sit underneath it, which is cool. So we're about right to there. Of course, the most knackered one, the one that's got the most knackeredness, dictates the length of all of them. So we'll be cutting off good wood off some of them, but they all got the same length, so Oh, unless it has a curve on this end. Yeah. I'm making it up as I go along. There's no plan.
She come out of break of night, and the pink skies waving goodbye. She come out of break of night, leaving no trace.
They're lined up on that end, so this one can be that long, that one can be that long, and that one that long. But that one has to be cut back to there, which means they all have to be cut back to there. Which is, I suppose that's fine, isn't it? Like, if it's in line at that end, it will be overhanging by that much. That'd be alright, wouldn't it? I want some tea. Where's my cup of tea? I'm gonna need a big square before I cut this down. If it was very square to itself and was really good, like we need like a big 8 by 4 foot sheet of board to put on it and mark it out, then you could end up, like in the future, you know that your bench is level, it's flat and it's square. You can use the bench when you're setting stuff out, you know. You could put like a, if you want to like 45 degree, you know, you can use the end of your bench. So spending an extra couple of minutes probably getting it square will probably could possibly pay off in the future. I'm spending too much time on this. Like saying that, spending too much time, and we can't really do anything else. We can't really start on cleaning up parts or taking the truck apart for the time. I don't know, we're still setting it up, and without having electricity, we are severely limited as to what we could do anyway. We're kind of like treading water, I suppose, in a way, till we have like proper power. So we do need benches. They're taking longer, and we're doing them, but we're at the mercy of the landlord. You got an orange saw as well? Have you got an orange saw?
Oh yeah, but I like to be coordinated. This is your jumper.
Oh, it is as well.
She's trying to be a slide as a breeze.
What are you doing now, Timothy?
Cutting out the little feet that are going to go under, just so that it's levelled. Then we've got a level bench. Generator again.
What happened to your overalls?
They got soaked in petrol. We're filling that up.
Is that because we don't have electricity?
Yeah.
Are they your safety glasses, Tim?
Yeah, but they're tinted and I can't actually see it. Like, they're like quite tinted and it's already dark in here. Next one. I can't see. I can't see anything, I'm misting up. It shows how strong the bench is, it just sits at the same height. You can take out loads of legs and it just still sits there. It's so solid.
Watch me sway, darkness falls and we all pray, hoping for the light of day. Down to the river, I have held the devil's hand, felt the weight of my own sin, burdened by the heart of man. Down to the river, down to the river.
Don't come to Cornwall, it's absolutely...
No, you take your stuff out of wet storage, out of a container, and think, oh yeah, that'll be good. And not only do we not have electricity, not only is the condensation terrible when it's really cold, but now we also have flooding. It is raining quite a bit, but don't have any stuff. Get rid of everything, because it just, I don't know.
So yeah, we arrived here this morning and it's a little bit like the apocalypse has arrived in Cornwall. But then that wouldn't be the first time, so all this isn't something that we can't manage and obviously do something about, but oh god, I dream of the day when I can go and live somewhere hot and dry, seriously. Try and stop the water from coming in. I've used the remains of our old carpet, which we thought, oh, we'll have to take that to like a tip or something. So I knew it would come in handy for something, but maybe if that helps stop it from coming in, then we'll look at sort of concreting it in at some point. It is sometimes really difficult to stay positive when it's absolutely slinging it down with rain and it's pitch dark and you've got no electricity and there's water coming into your every aspect of your life. I've had floods in my house, we've had floods in the boat, now we've got floods, we've had floods in the container and now floods in the barn. So after we finish building our apocalypse mobile, I'm moving to Portugal.
Did you get a bit wet? Oh man, you're actually soaked.
I feel a bit sad.
You're gonna have to take your before you start running. There's gonna be an orange puddle coming off you in a minute. You see, that is a really good picture of what the weather's like.
Yeah, my Lord, watch me sway, darkness falls and we all pray, hoping for the light of day. Down to the river, I have had
a few old vices that I've found and stuff, kind of cleaning them up and trying to work out what's best to use them really. Got a tongue one in here, got a couple of metal ones to put on that bench so they're sitting above a leg so they can hit things on them, but this could just be like a support, so I'm just trying to work out how to fit it on really. I think I'm going to put a back plate which is in line with the top. Basically it just works as a bit of a clamp against this, I suppose. So I'm just making up a little sacrificial bit. Some nice old mahogany. Fancy. Got the rust off it, got it moving. Sort of. Little vice. Cool. Got to stick the top together now, I think. And I've only got 25 biscuits left. Yeah. Don't know if that's enough for a whole top. There it goes. Get going. Right, we're going to stick the bench together now. These are the biscuits, and we have a cutter which I found in a skip somewhere. No, I didn't really. I did get it cheap though. And this cuts in little grooves that these will fit in. These are made out of I think they're beech, and you put PVA glue with them, and they swell up about, supposedly like 20%, so they make a really tight fixing. We haven't got enough of them really, but so we've put these little marks in everywhere, and now all we're going to do is we're going to glue it up, stick these in all the way along it, and then clamp it. We haven't got any clamps long enough, so we're just going to clamp it to the frame of the table and just hold it together. And hopefully it'll all be lovely and level. And then one day it will dry out, and then we'll be able to sand it, and it will look lovely and all smooth. Yeah, that's the plan.
Come out and break a night, leaving no traces around. She's trying to free a reckless heart. She's trying to be as light as a breeze.
My Lord, watch me sway, darkness falls and we all pray, hoping for the light of day. Down to the river I have held the devil's hand, felt the weight of my own sin, burdened by the heart of man. Down to the river.
She come out to break a night, and the pink skies waving goodbye. She come out to break a night, leaving no traces around. She's trying to free a reckless heart. She's trying to be as light as a breeze. Queen of art, Friday morning. The Queen of art, Friday morning.
Alright, so that's about it. That's the table just about finished, and I have to say we're really happy with it. It's turned out really good. It's sturdy, flat, level, and now we've got it in position, and seeing it like this, it's not at all too big. It's going to be perfect. It's going to really be a big bonus for the workshop and allow us to do lots of things on it. As is the Old Rope Salvage way, we've used all recycled or upcycled materials, so everything that we've used in the whole build has been pretty much scrap and ready for the wood fire pile. The only things that we spent any money on were a box of screws. I think they're about £3.50. We've got plenty left there to do the other bench, and we used a few biscuits. So the end of it, both of these should come in at less than £5, which is pretty damn good, I think. And it looks really great. We weren't aiming to make it a really pretty, beautiful thing, but yeah, it's pretty good, I think, in the end of it all. The casters idea, we've decided to scrap. The bench is really good where it is, and if 2020 has taught us one thing, it's that you have to be adaptable and be ready to change your plans and that's exactly what we've done on this situation. They might come into it at a later date, but at the moment we're going to keep it how it is, see how it goes. And also, as you can see, well, you can't see it in a minute, but we've used a few of the extra scaffold planks I had left over to make the shelf for the bottom, so it's got plenty of storage as well. On the next one, we're hoping to have a lot more about the truck and maybe why we ended up with the vehicle and what our plans with it. If you can hear me over the wind. But anything else I missed out? I don't think so. Maybe. Who knows? Hope you enjoyed that little film. And we would also like to take this opportunity, if we may.
Yes, to our families, to our parents and to our aunties and uncles, to our nieces and nephews, to our cousins and to everybody.
To friends, old and new, wherever you might be, and the friends we are still yet to meet. We wish you much love to you all and wish you a most marvellous 2021.
Cheers.